we're not just celebrating the first day of May, we're celebrating that it's Friday. And what better way? Yes. And what better way to start the weekend than with a drink? Today, we are getting our brunch on by making a very simple drink, a mimosa. It's a classic mimosa. So first off, I've already done it right here. We're going to start by just adding champagne to your flute. Then you're going to top it off with some orange juice, like I did. Some people use, grapefruit juice. You can use whatever juice you like. And then to make it really pretty, because I am all about the visual aesthetic here, you just top it off with a really nice orange slice. Isn't that pretty?
I love it.
Mara. And who cut that
amazing.
orange for you, Tam Tam?
Adam, how'd you know?
So sweet. I love it.
It's perfect.
It really is.
It really is. Like, it was done with a paring knife, you can tell.
Ladies, does everyone have their drinks?
Yes, let's do this.
Whatever you got.
Well, cheers, ladies. Let's get into some girl chat, shall we? Ding, ding.
Yes.
All right. Yes, cheers, Tam. Thank you. Okay, so ladies, have you guys been enjoying any of the live battles that have been going on during this quarantine, especially the one between Teddy Riley and Babyface?
I've heard.
Yes, you heard. Okay. Well, even though there was, a few technical difficulties, I was sitting through it. I thoroughly enjoyed these two legends playing like the best of the best R&B. But we did get some incredible tea, too, from Babyface. So he actually admitted that when he was working with Michael Jackson once asked him to hook him up with Halle Berry. So apparently Michael Jackson asked him if he would reach out on his behalf and ask Halle if they could go out on a date. So it just made me think, if this happened to you guys, how willing would you be to hook up one of your friends, and how involved would you get? And what do you think about Halle Berry and Michael Jackson and that act?
I did it once, you guys, and I sucked at it. So I will never do it again.
You're not matchmaker?
I did. I saw that they were vibing at our wedding, and I was like, I don't want to say their names. They're both happily married now. I will say that, obviously, to two different people.
Not to different people.
Yes, not to each other. I was like, oh my gosh, you guys make a really, really cute couple. I can see, vibing. Why don't you guys go out? They eventually did, but the guy made me look so bad, you guys. I guess he was so nervous, and he lived in England. She flew all the way to England to see him, and he was like drunk for 3 straight days. And so she was like, yeah, no.
What?
Wait. Okay, wait. So here's the issue. Here's the issue when you do it. And let me ask you guys if you feel the same way.
Oh my God.
Tam, when you saw them vibing at your wedding, first, you know them personally, right? Do you think they would have been right for each other? Because that's the big part to matchmaking. You have to take your own instincts that you know of them.
You know what is? I knew that both of them just wanted to have like a little fun. I now looking back, I don't think that they would have ever made a great couple for the long haul. And we figured that out. But I mean, they couldn't even last for like 3 days.
He was drunk for 3 days.
Were there like pre-FaceTime or Skype calls before the trip to
They would talk. Yes. They were talking on the phone for like weeks.
Okay.
Yeah, because I would ask, like, how's everything going? Cool. I'm actually going to go visit him. I'm going to go visit him in England. And it was bad. I think personally he thought she was maybe too good for him, and he was really nervous. So he, the Brits, they like to drink, and he kind of got a little bit in over his head and ruined it.
I just feel like
maybe you guys
go ahead, Munchkin.
I just feel like anytime this happens, because I gotta keep it real, I have some beautiful girlfriends, so I get this asked a lot. Like, there will be friends of maybe Israel's or just friends in general that will be like, hey, what's up with like Julissa?
She's hot.
And I just wish people would be a little realistic. I know that sounds terrible to say, but I just a little bit.
What do you mean by that? No.
Lonnie, you foul. Lonnie, you foul.
Are you saying purely on looks? What do you say?
No.
On what they want.
Correct.
No.
Oh, it's the whole thing. I'm being 100% honest. I mean, like, just very random. Like, so I think it is important
Somebody
that
say it. No,
I have no
go
idea what is the realistic need.
Jeannie, do not make that. Do not.
No.
don't
I'm
know
asking
what
because I
I'm
literally
saying.
just told you,
Not
is it
clue.
looks? And you said not looks. You said not looks.
No, just the whole package. Just the whole package in general. Like, we are literally talking about, like, well, this is the thing. I think it's completely unrealistic compared to what it is that she's looking for. So I think that's probably the better, because I think somebody might have said, oh, you know,
So
if you're looking for someone older.
I'm Gucciing this. You better skate. You better.
I know
skate.
you're skating around this.
I was gonna say it'd be older men. It'd be older men that I don't think she'd be interested in all. Now, granted, I'd be interested in an older man. So that's where you get what I'm saying?
Got it.
You know what I mean? Like, for me, it'd be like, I'd be interested. But we're talking literally. What do you just say? What you confused about?
Here's why I'm confused. If it's not about looks, then why can't a man? Julie's beautiful, and older men go for younger women all the time. It's not like it's unheard of. So why can't they try and ask you? So what is the initial shock that gets you when you're like, Doug, for real? Like, what is that? What is that?
Personality. Like, it'd be a real womp situation. I'm talking Julie's funny, outgoing, and these people be like, Doug. Like, I don't want to be on a show called The Real and not keep it real. I'm talking duds. Like, people that sit in corners, don't speak. Julie's like, shot. And the person is.
They be like, yo, introduce me.
That's
Me.
it.
You know what?
They don't even speak
These
to
are
the
the
person.
dudes who say, would you date a regular guy? That's the dudes. They love to be like, would you date a regular guy? And I'm like,
they exist.
I'm like, yo, I don't base regular on like your financial status or whatever. It's just that I'm a weirdo. If you're considering yourself regular, I'm like, we not gonna match.
Work.
Like, you already have decided that's your plan.
I'm actually talking about, like, they could be wildly successful, rich, but don't nobody want to sit and have a conversation with your weirdo ass. Like duds. I'm talking real, cornballs, can't even ask for themselves. They're over 40 years old and can't even make their own move. If you are over that age and you're asking me to ask her, I'm like, nah, yo, she's mad approachable. Go talk to her. Like, Julie.
But wait a minute. But
I want to keep it a buck, Lonnie. I want to keep it a buck.
Okay.
There's also the idea of, like, some people, I feel like you're not really taking care of yourself, but you want me to hook you up with my friend who is taking care of themselves. I know a lot of dudes who have decided, like, I'm over 35, I'm living a Shrek life. And you're like, okay.
Exactly. This girl posts on Instagram nonstop that she's working out.
But you want a woman who you feel like has the wisdom of a 40-year-old with the body of a 26-year-old and the
It's unrealistic.
Like,
just unrealistic.
Okay, I have the opposite problem. I have the guys that want to get introduced to my women who are not done with the stage of their life. They're not done with the hoe phase, and they want to hook up with women that are actually independent and doing things with themselves and entrepreneurial. And I'm here for people to, I think everybody's sure, if you grow through your hoe phase, great. But I'm definitely not going to bring somebody back into it. You know what I mean? So do you think it's your job to let the other person know, or do you just stop it where it's at and say, I don't want any part of this?
I'm tired.
I think we're some grown folk.
Tired.
We are some grown folk. If you like someone, there's a difference between saying, hey, put in a good word for me versus setting someone up. Yeah. Speaking of setting someone up, Mayor Bill de Blasio in my home state of New York City recently set up a tip line encouraging New Yorkers to snitch if they saw people not obeying social distancing. Well, you see this one piece of my hair? It is obeying social distancing. It doesn't want to be a part of the rest. So
Adrian, I got one too. It's in
my
the
struggle is
zeitgeist. Just
well, you guys, he wanted them to snitch. He wanted them to text a picture of the rule breakers to a 311 number, which would be then forwarded to the authorities. Yo, it did not go according to plan because New Yorkers are my kind of people. And they instead decided to flood the tip line with pictures of their private parts. They were giving de Blasio the middle finger. And yes, yo, they were even sending Karen memes. You guys, it got so bad that they had to temporarily shut down the line. I just think that snitching is not a part of the New York swag. Ladies, what do you think about this?
It's really not. Like, I can see the Cameron meme in my head right now from when he was on O'Reilly talking about it. But also, I just feel like this is a time to foster community. And I feel like this does the exact opposite of that. This really creates division. There's so many other tactics I think that could have been used. I think it's in the way that we encourage law enforcement to advocate for this instead of doing it through force, doing it through conversation, doing it through encouragement that is more like community-based and messaging. Again, like Lonnie said, providing masks, or at least saying like these are mask points, like you can go to these certain places to get masks. But to encourage people to snitch on each other, like.
And I always think of the end result. Like, okay, you snitch, now what? Like, what's the point?
Now they're gonna go find this person and put them in jail, and then they're really gonna catch corona and die? How does
that work?
See, okay,
man, I get the pictures because I want to check the line. That's what I want to check the line. So
you want to work for the 311 number and go through all the nude
yes, I'll volunteer to look through.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh!
A fresh farmer's market to get into your DMs. All right. Well, that's on national television. So here we go. But okay, so I have a question. So although I think the line, it does feel very corny, right? Especially in the city of New York. I understand what you're saying. What that vibe is really not there in that community. However, I have a friend who lives in New York who lives in an apartment where their landlord is just not contactable. Like, this landlord kind of owns the block, and this apartment that my friend lives in sees a lot of the other tenants bring in lots of other guests to use the facilities in the apartment. So it's not regulated. So what's supposed to be happening is not regulated in these apartments. So you're not going to call the cops.
Just let's remind everybody, this is a contagious disease. This is not nothing to play with.
It's not to be joked about, right?
Exactly. So let's just be safe and be smart, and let's report what you need to report and consider it.